Good morning. This is WXON, Detroit, Michigan, beginning another day of scheduled telecasting.
Yes, sir, we promised you a great man here tonight.
Andre, the China WrestleMania!
Hulkamania is running wild.
My God, what a run! The world is watching.
TV20, WXON, Detroit.
Good morning, everyone. It is I, it is he, it is me, P-double-D, Etep from the place to be, right here, with all of yous. Late, but I'm here, folks. Late, but I'm here. It took me a while to get breakfast going this morning. I had, look, I cooked some bacon, eggs, hash browns, pancakes out on the grill this morning. Chez Magnifique. It was all good until it started raining. But here I am, I had my coffee, got the morning buzz going. We're good. So let's see who's in this wonderful chat here. This morning, Gap After Dark, one of my mods, Hail, slap the like button on the way in. Thank you, sir. Etep apologizes for being an hour late? Here's his excuse. I was attacked by an animal and had to stop by the hospital, make sure it wasn't rabid. But here's the real reason why he's late. Could not come on as it. Overdosed on Viagra, and the results were outstanding but embarrassing. Yeah, it happens. It happens from time to time. Morning, Silicon Dave. Hail. Papa Cotton's in the house. How you feeling this morning, Papa? You got a headache or anything? Just kidding, brother. Good morning. Hicks Villain's here. Hail. Good morning, everybody. All right. We got some stuff to talk about. First of all, I have to comment on this because, what's that jackass's name from Michigan State, Larry Nasser, who was like the gymnastics coach. He's in prison for, doing some very, very bad things we're not allowed to say here on YouTube. Well, he was a kid fucker. He was, taking advantage of these athletes, committing crimes and assaults and whatnot. And he's in prison and he got fucking stabbed. Pieces of shit like that, that's what happens to them when they go into the clink. They get in gen pop. These guys figure out or hear what they've done because good news like that travels fast if there's one of those pieces of shit coming in. And most of those guys in there, they're incarcerated, have either been assaulted at one point in their life or they have kids or a family on the outside. And it's like, hey, what if that was my kid? Or what if that was, living, going back to repressed memories of things that happened to him in the past that led to them being incarcerated. And here's a piece of shit victimizer. And these other guys are like, guess what, motherfucker? You're going to catch one to the ribs with a toothbrush. My only problem with this whole thing is he survived. That's the only problem with the entire situation is Larry Nasser survived. But, I don't think we're supposed to say that here on YouTube. But, it's the fucking truth. If you sympathize with these people in any way, oh, well, they can be rehabilitated. No, they can't. There's no rehabilitating people like that. None whatsoever. No chance. It doesn't happen. They're mentally broken pieces of shit. And they're like, it's basically the same, not the same, but I mean, you look at mindset wise and you're talking the same as a Marxist. Okay? What they're doing is wrong. They know it's wrong. Yet they continue to do it. You see what I'm saying? They're scaled differently, but it's kind of the same mental disorder, you know what I mean? In a manner of speaking, obviously. Not, don't go full blown. Oh my God, this is what he said. What up, 24 Eyes? Hail. So, before we get into the morning's topics, Gap, no, they can't be rehabilitated. The only thing that'll rehabilitate them is 2 to the back of the skull, allegedly in Minecraft, while they face a ditch. Allegedly, Minecraft. Remember that, YouTube. Remember that, you cocksucking shit platform that likes to censor everything. Yeah. Let's see here. So, member stream tonight. We're thinking, good morning, super fan. Hail, brother. Hang on a second, Adam. Hang on, bro. I don't know what you're doing right now. I'm about to drop a link in our chat. Hang on. So tonight we're talking about either doing a member stream or doing a regular public stream for you guys tonight. I know, right? I spoil you. Don't worry. There's going to be videos coming. I've got, like I said, I was talking about them tonight. It's going to take me a few days to produce these, which they'll be worth. Like I said, I got a Think Big review I'm going to do, and then I got a Cynthia Rothrock video I'm working on. I'm going to steer more towards, we'll still do some little pop culture news shit, but we're going to steer more towards like just production-wise fun videos. Stuff like that. But tonight, so watch party, right? That's what we're kind of thinking. But we're looking at wrestling pay-per-views, old wrestling pay-per-views. Possibly No Way Out 2001. Tony's working on that right now. We're going to get a panel together. And my dog's probably barking at the sprinkler guys as they're walking in and out of my house, coming down to the basement. And I got one of my zones, I got a tree root that's like strangling out one of my lines like it's a Carradine in a hotel room with Bob Crane. Okay, you follow me? So it's choking this line out. So my garden's not getting water. So we had to retrench and put in a few heads and move some stuff around. So they're doing that right now. So my dog's going to be barking off and on. But yeah, I would do some videos today. But look, my kid, it was his birthday the other day. We were out on the boat yesterday, and he got a whole shitload of new Ghostbusters toys. He's like, Dad, can we play? Absolutely. So after the morning show, I'm off for the rest of the day. I'm not working. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to go play Ghostbusters with the kid. Hail, Bad Take Bojan. Welcome. Welcome, Tina. Thank you for rejoining as a channel member. And speaking of channel memberships, folks, look, we had 72. The gift memberships expired. It happens, okay? It happens. So right now we're sitting at what? Let me see here. Because we had some peeps rejoin. So we got 17 channel members. So let's up those numbers. Let's get that back up in the 60s again. You know, come on. $2.99, $4.99. And remember, I haven't had any requests lately. You guys got to request videos, reviews, stuff like that. If you're a Harvey Wakuian member. Speaking of which, Superfan Adam Shawhan, everybody.
Speaking of the first ever, Harvey Wakuian has been with you since the first 2 prepaid. Actually, you've got 18 because I paid in advance. So there you go.
He did.
Yeah, man. Well, that's because fuck you two, man. Like, that's not right. So it was just easier to pay up for the year. You know, I don't give a shit. That's what I do. You know how I roll. Actually, I was making fun of you earlier yesterday with Draven and the guys because Chris came on and I thought it was okay because the front bangs are curling on me and it looked very Jewish. I'm just saying, you know, my inner Jew was coming out, you know, because of you and Chris. You know, so my fellow Hebrews, you know, just to have fun. But yeah, man, you know, I love the channel. I seen Jeff was doing GMPC this morning, so that was awesome. You know, you're going live too, so it's just it's just good to see all of us still here together that should be here together. You know what I mean? It just does a heartfelt for me anyway. I love it, brother. I love it.
Thank you, man. It's very, I know it sucks too, because it's like, I not that it's, let's face it, you know, world class. I will always tip the hat to them. But it's difficult to like run concurrent against a channel with 188,000 subscribers when I got like 1,500. You know, it's difficult, but you know, it's cool because like Jeff's never like is like, oh, you're running. You know what I mean? Because why would he? I'm not a dot on a map. You know. Well,
you're also not an asshole. You know, it's not about you. No. We're about the people. It's we, not me here. I've said that before.
That's it. I've always said. What up, Keemon Bell? And ladies and gentlemen, let's acknowledge Keemon with his out of place Stranger Things comment of the morning. I will be okay if they killed Steve off in season 5. It is the last season, so there's no more saving him. So bye-bye, Steve. We had some good memories with you. What do you think, Etep? I don't think they should kill him off. I really don't. And I don't. I don't think that they should kill him off at all. Dude's one of the best characters on the show. Give the fans, send him home happy with that one. Send him home. You can kill off another character, but send him home happy with Steve. Hail the Time Prophet. Shalom. What's going on, brother?
Yeah. I say Steve has been through enough throughout this entire series. I mean, he's got a hot lesbian he can't tackle. You know, he's been dumped by what was the hot girl of the school. You know. So, and you know, if we were hanging out there, you know, we'd be going after her mom. So just like Billy's mom, but you know, Mama was hot. Just saying. Yeah. But no, I mean, season 5. I think the biggest problem I have with it, and by the way, don't forget, season 2 of Heels has already been requested by me. So.
That one's gonna be tough to get through.
I don't even think it's started yet, but
no, it hasn't. But it's gonna be tough to get through because I see what they're doing with the fucking with the women on there, and I'm like, motherfucker, you're gonna ruin this. I was pissed at the finale last year. Let's put the title on the Ring Rat because that's a great fucking ending to the season. We've watched these brothers claw and struggle and fight to keep their little promotion alive. And here, we're going to put the belt on the cow. Let's do that. Let's fucking do that. And I don't say that because she's a beautiful woman. And it's nothing against the actress. It really isn't. It's the writing. It's the fucking writing. Look, I have nothing.
They did build her. They didn't just throw her in the ring. You know, they her getting a little bit of training. You know what I mean? It doesn't.
No, she's trained, but she doesn't need to hold a men's fucking title.
Exactly.
I don't care if it's pre-recorded. I don't care if wrestling is, everybody's like, well, why do you care? It's predetermined. I'm like, motherfucker, it's people like that that ruin suspension of disbelief in the business. It's people like Orange Cassidy, this little fairy standing up and putting his hands in his pockets and going like this and doing fruity little fucking kicks. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. And as somebody who goddamn bled, sweat, and poured fucking and lost money in the wrestling business as both a promoter and a fucking worker, that shit boils my blood. When I see a guy like Brian Cage, who is a genetic fucking freak, I don't care if he's on gear. This is the thing. If you're a wrestler and you're on steroids, good. Look like you belong there. Look like you belong on national TV. I don't want to see some little dude that could be fucking working behind the counter at the gas station, jumping around like a fucking idiot, and see 6 guys outside the ring waiting for him to do a stupid spot where he plays the crowd, runs back and forth 4 times. So these guys are all standing around having a fucking circle jerk while this asshole has to do a flip. Fuck that. Yep. It's as bad as the stupid-ass women coming in. Tess Blanchard, 125 pounds, hitting Canadian destroyers on a 260-pound motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You fucking AEW. God damn it. I enjoyed AEW. But this shit that they're doing is so fucking stupid. You take Orange Cassidy again, and I hate to pick on him, but the dude is bad for the business. He's as bad as Joey Ryan with that dick spot. It's fucking bad for the business, and it's shit. It's utter shit, and I'm done screaming and yelling and ranting. Because this to bring it back to the goddamn heels.
Oh, heels.
No, the heels. You got the Crystal. Okay, well, develop a fucking women's division.
Exactly.
Develop a women's division. You want to showcase the women? Don't put them in there with the men and expect me to be like, yeah, this chick, because she can flip around and do a fucking flying head scissor, she's going to beat a 250-pound. Get the fuck out of here. That's like I see these. There's a very select few women who could physically hang with a man in a fight. Now, if you're talking some fat fucking sack of shit who sits on his couch all day, drinks soda, and eats fucking potato chips, and you have a trained female fighter, odds are she's going to knock him the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
Or put him on his ass or hurt him, all right? But you're talking, like I said, I use Brian Cage and Tess Blanchard, or even that piece of shit Sammy Callahan and Tess Blanchard. Come on. I cannot, there is no amount of suspension of disbelief for me to ever think that she could go over in a legit fight, like without shooting one of them. Get the fuck out of here. You're never going to convince me that that is possible. I'll explain. Okay, so the dick spot. Yes, I'm talking about plausibility. Because if you look at old Southern-style wrestling, you had 2 big-ass, barrel-chested guys who beat the hell out of each other. Yeah, we all know it's fucking predetermined, except some of the Southern fans will still think it's real, and I'm not joking about that. Nope. But yes, there is more plausibility in 2 dudes that look like, that are big, barrel-chested motherfuckers that you could see at a bar, that are sitting at a bar, your big-ass country boy lumberjack types, whereas they're going to sit there and trade some punches, throw each other around a little bit, whereas you got fucking one guy laying down, positioning himself to be in the right spot so this other retard can do a fucking backflip. There's more plausibility in an actual fight than there is in aggressive gymnastics and aggressive tumbling, as Jim Cornette calls it, and I don't agree with Cornette and on anything outside of wrestling, but this is something he's absolutely right.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck that. Fuck that shit. Miss me with the fucking the aggressive tumbling and the fucking intergender wrestling is legit. Get the fuck out of here. Wait. Mr. Bojan has a 3rd-degree black belt in ninjutsu. He recognized that fighting a woman half his weight might give him a heart attack, but if he lands a few kicks and punches, she's out cold.
Logic.
Exactly. Now, I said there's always exceptions, and I'm doing a video on one of them, and that is Cynthia Rothrock, who was fighting men in the 80s because there was no other females to compete against in these karate tournaments. So That right there, that is a badass female. That is a fucking legit like boss. But you've never heard Cynthia Rothrock come out and be like, men are garbage, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, never. Not once. Not once, because it's like, that is a confident ass female who knows I'm a woman. This is what I do. Could I whip a few of these dudes? Yeah, but why would I act like a bitch about it? And she's still doing karate, and she's still in great shape, still looks good at like 66 years old. I mean, she's the queen of martial arts as far as I'm concerned. And like I said, that's why. And we watched a lot of her movies over on Raiders of the Lost Flicks with Groove. And it is kind of, and I saw a couple things came up in my memories on Facebook that he had commented on Facebook and all this stuff. It was one of my reviews. It was like a Halloween review I did, the Halloween 2018, you know. And he's like, you went full Mauler, because it was like a half hour long. So I said I gotta go back and do some content on some 80s stuff. So there, and I did that video on Peter and David Paul, and I apparently, it sounds a little like male fragility. No. It's not. It's because I've spent what, 40 years being a professional wrestling fan. I spent a decade in the business. I care about the business. There ain't nothing fragile about take something you love and then watch people destroy it and ruin it and shit on it.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you love it, then you're going to fight tooth and nail to protect it. And the same, look, wrestling is not as far gone as, say, Star Wars, that type of shit.
Movies.
It's not. It's not. It can still be saved. The problem is you've got to have people that are willing to do it. And if you have these little soy-filled fucks that are getting into the wrestling business now, like I said, when I started it was 2008, but you still had the old guard there that were still sitting in the back, going out back, smoking a joint, drinking a beer, talking about, chasing fucking tail around. These little bitches now want to sit there and trade fucking, Pokemon cards and fucking, argue about who's a bigger male feminist. But no, I know, Papa. I know. It's just, dude, this is something I am fucking passionate about. Like I said, there is nothing on this earth that I have been a fan outside of Star Wars and pro wrestling. That is it. And Star Wars, dude, look, I had to throw my hands up and say, fucking, Star Wars is fucking dead.
Yeah.
After 40 fucking years, I had to throw my hands up and say, I can't do this anymore. I don't have it in me. And that sucks.
Because it's not Star Wars anymore, bro. I mean, look, you were in the business to see where it started changing because you've told the stories too, where you guys were out there, and most of them were playing Pokemon Go and shit. And like the chicks are like, "Where are the men?" And you're like, "Good question."
I'm sitting back as a married dude in the locker room, seeing some of these. Like, I mean, we had like 2 hot female ring announcers, a backstage. There was a couple of valet. I'm just sitting back going like, "Well, if I was you, I would be like them. It wouldn't even." Like that. And you motherfuckers are sitting here going like, oh my God, look at these rompers. Like, shut the fuck up. You guys are fucking homos. Like, you guys are fucking. And that's not even a slur against gays. That's these dudes are acting like bitches. It's sick. Like, be men. Don't be assholes. But but legit, dude. Like I had one of them was up and she was like, yeah, she goes, this guy's cute, And I'm like, she goes, I feel like I could tell you this because you're married. I'm like, I don't care, whatever. She's like, well, motherfucker won't even talk to me, And I'm like, I guess you have to approach him because he's a bitch. And she just laughed. Now, mind you, we're sitting back there. What? She's like, we're doing shots of fucking vodka and smoking a joint before the show. She was like, a sophomore in college, just a friend of one of the workers who came in and decided to ring announce for us. And she was cool as fuck, man. She was down. It was like, there was never any like, I was trying to hit it. No, it was just like, she was cool. And like, you gotta look, as old, you gotta look out for the, you don't want to see, look, if she wants to hook up with somebody, cool. But you don't want to see anybody get taken advantage of either.
No.
And that's the line as a veteran. It's like, look, you gotta fucking, Yeah, you're the old, you're kind of the OG, but you're like the locker room generals. It's like the promoters were like, one of the promoters is a soy-filled bitch who blocked me on every form of social media, and I've still been tag champion for over like 2,200 days.
Never defeated.
Whoever holds your tag belts now, your tag belts are illegitimate from now until the end of your promotion, which will probably be soon. Hicksville, and this is why LA Knight is getting more famous. He's against the video game playing generation too. Yes,
yeah,
yes. I just watched Disco Inferno and Conan talk about that, and because Kevin Nash was like, he's imitating The Rock. Shut up, Kevin Nash. I almost dropped a 3-letter on Kevin Nash. That's a for cigarette, British cigarette. Yeah. Kevin Nash is a bitch. I don't care how big he is. He's a bitch. He's a fucking leftist, fucking just limp-wristed bitch. Like I used to love. I looked up to him and Scott Hall so much, and to see how Kevin Nash is, it's like, man, fuck you.
When Draven got to meet him, you know how hard it was because of his stupid fucking political views with our belt hanging there, Pete. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the new Wakulian Order belt. Fuck the bullshit. I'm sorry, man. Like, and I know it's the WWE shop version and all that. And I paid the money to get the plate made and everything because I believe in what you're doing. But you take you, me, and Nelson against half that AEW locker room. And I'm nothing. I mean, I know that, but I'm a bigger dude than what half those guys are. At 6 foot and 210 pounds, I'm bigger than half the wrestling of AEW. Yep. And I mean, I love wrestling. That's all I've had in my life because being diabetic, you couldn't do anything. I love basketball. Wasn't allowed to play basketball. You can't play baseball. In the 90s, you couldn't do any of this shit, So wrestling is what we had, man. And when you see it and them do this shit, the Nyla Roses and the Sunny Kisses and all that shit, I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you, man? That shit... No, I'm sorry. If you're going to have a woman take the men's title like China did when she took it, I was fine with that. You know what I mean? It was China back then. She had the look. She could do the stuff. But the little ring rat girl, like I said, like for me, the part I liked about it is it showed her wanting to be a wrestler and actually doing the work. But you don't put the title. I have to agree with you on that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No. And I hope that the season doesn't go to shit. But if it does, that's all right. I'm only paying like $2 for stars anyway for all of us to laugh at it and go, all right, well, it went to shit. Fuck you, Stephen Amell. We're done. And that's what we'll do. Or that's what I'll do. I'll just walk away from it.
Yep.
But I'm sorry, man. I have to agree with you. Like Pockets, as much as I can enjoy it for what it is as the show part and like the little kids like it. And I get it. As in a grown-ass man, I would bitch slap the fuck out of him. I'd knock his damn false teeth out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Time Prophet, China ended up on all the drugs. Well, after what Triple H did to her and put her through when he cheated on her with Stephanie McMahon, and then she was, China was literally the ninth wonder of the world. She was in the late 90s. You talk about a woman breaking a glass ceiling. That's I laugh. They talk about all these women doing it now. It's like that shit was done 20 years ago. Longer. Look, the Fabulous Moolah, she was not a good person. Not a good person at all. But she was there, back in the day working. What's the other one? Leilani Kai, Wendy Richter. I mean, they're Rockin' Robin, Rockin' Robin's another one. Wasn't she Jake's sister? Jake Snake's sister? Rockin' Robin? I think she was.
Could be.
And their dad, Grizzly, he was a fucking he did a lot of evil things to a lot of young people in the wrestling, and that's dude, you talk the wrestling business used to be outlaws. You were fucking outlaws if you were in the wrestling business back in the day. Yeah. And that shifted in the 2000s. And now when I got in, I wasn't exactly what you would call an outlaw, but I wasn't exactly what you would call somebody who was exactly like a mainstream societal type either. I haven't done anything by traditional means in my entire life. I mean, outside of like being straight, I guess, which is some kind of accomplishment in 2023, and marrying an actual woman.
They start like, tar and feathering us for being straight. I mean,
right.
It feels that way anyway.
No, I'm protective of the wrestling business. I am. It's something that I care about more than anything. And yeah, China, when she hooked up with Sean Waltman, yeah. Papa Cotton, we can talk about this for a second. The best wrestling happens in dark clubs with topless women and kiddie pools full of baby oil. That's a fact, Jack. I'm not going to disagree with you there. And Jennifer just ran a show that had the gamut from oil wrestling to competitive MMA. Dude, I got to make it to one of those Women on Fire events. My boy Jared is going to try to book her because he wants to do a women's division for Super Shogun Pro Wrestling, and and if he books her and I are gonna fucking get in the ring. Oh yeah,
That's your buddy in Michigan, right?
It'll be yeah. His promotion's one town over from me, so
I'll be there in 3 hours if she's showing up to film. I'll even get Nick his ass up here. I'll be like, Nick, I got you a ticket. Get up here.
That's what I said. I'm going to. I got to start training. I worked out the other day for the first time in 6 months. It wasn't too bad, honestly. Like I said, I was fucking around. I did arms. I did and I was just kind of putzing around, and I could still curl 45s for reps, like clean reps. I'm kind of laughing, going like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, okay, let's hope my legs and my chest bounce back this quick, too. I've never had a problem with arms. It's always been like getting my chest, like my legs will grow. So I'm like, I'm all right, because I want to at least look, and then he doesn't want me to wrestle full time. He wants me to ring announce. Yeah. And I'm like, the wife's stance on me being back involved in the business.
I think the only way she'd be halfway okay is if I'm there, because she knows you're not going to get in any trouble when I'm around. Because
I told her I want her to go. We're going to go to the show next month. We're going to take Little Man. Tim is funny too, man, because honestly, even for my age, because I'm 43, it will take me approximately a month to see some good results, and 3 or 4 months, and I'll gain 20 pounds of muscle. Yeah, I'm kind of blessed with a good metabolism. That's why I'm, I got a little bit around the midsection, but it's summertime. I got a boat. I drink beer, and I don't, like I said, I don't normally drink beer, but man, it's just like being out on the boat. I ain't taking a bottle of wine out there, so you have a few cervezas out there.
Those ice shanties are nice too. I'm just gonna say the little lemonade things and shit. You just sit there and sip on them. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm more of a whiskey guy. You know that. So yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, I got the show. Okay, so my buddy here, hang on. I showed this the other day. But let me show. This is his venue. I'm gonna show this right here. I'll show some pictures of the show from last week. Let's see. Here's hang on. Now we're gonna start. This is my boy Jared. This is the dude that owns the promotion. All right. And this is their entrance right here. It's like a dojo. He made that. He built the ramp, but yeah, this is some black and whites from the show. And the guy right here, Jacob, I actually worked a singles match. He was the IWE world champion at one point, and I went over on him. He hadn't turned heel yet, and we worked a solo match. And I was pissed. They wanted me to go over dirty. I was like, because I was so much bigger. I was like 240 pounds. He's like 160. Like, he's cut up and shit, but he's like fucking small. I'm like, why do I have to go over fucking dirty? That makes no sense whatsoever. But yeah, this is the building right here. But you notice the size of the guys he's got. I mean, like,
they look like wrestlers.
They got some fucking workers here. I mean, these are athletes. You know what I mean? Like, this cat right here, JJ, I love him to death, but I'm so angry at him because he looks like his body looks like shit. He's like 20, let's see. He might be 30 by now, right? But the dude refuses to work out. Like, just, and he works this he tries to do that high-flying dumb shit, and it just, I was like, you're gonna ruin yourself. There's Jared right there. He does a hell of a Bruce Willis from Die Hard cosplay too. He's about there's a good shot of the venue right there.
Yeah,
that's his venue. But yeah, that's a so that's my boy Rick right there. Rick is a 1980s looking cat. Like, his name is Old School Rick Cartier. Yeah, he's the one, he potatoed the shit out of me. He's the one I fucking clocked him a couple times afterwards. But yeah, Ricky's a good dude, man. So that's some Super Shogun right there. I'm looking forward to going out and checking his show out next month, man.
Well, like I said, once you get a feel for it and you let me know, and there's a show, I think, I'd bring Nate up.
Yeah.
There, I think he would love, and that's why I was saying, if your friend was okay, he couldn't get in the ring, but if he could at least just, even without wrestlers, like when you took Trey up there and stuff, because like I won tickets to the Monday Night Raw, and we took a bus in Indy. And like I'd never been to a Monday Night Raw. You know what I mean? Like, I've been to WCW, but it was smaller events. It wasn't like the Monday Night Wars and stuff. But yeah, like that would be cool if if your guys okay. But yeah, man, like I'll make the trip up there to help promote your buddy and support it by all means. Why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? Like, we love wrestling.
Dude, you know what I would love to do is, and Jared would be perfectly fine with it. I would love to have fucking Draven come in and the three of us go to one of those. And we could do a live stream there afterwards.
Right.
Like, I bet you he would let us set up in the ring.
I don't know why he wouldn't. But yeah, I mean, it's your guy, and you can work it out. It'd be even better if we get Tony's ass here, and then we'll kidnap Jeff and make him come, because Jeff loves wrestling. Be like, hey, Jeff.
Dude. if I said, hey, come up and let's go check this wrestling show out.
Oh yeah, we might even be able to get Dion to make it up from Lansing.
Dion's only fucking 2 hours away from me.
Exactly.
That's it. We get Jeff and Dion and me, you and Draven and go over there. Dude, that would be a blast. That would be a fucking blast. We would have a ball. And like I said, that would be something like, and Jared's even cool with me doing a spot on the show. He told me, you come in, you can do whatever you want. He goes, I trust you. I'm like, because we have a thing worked out for Halloween already, where I'm gonna make fun of this other soy-filled cuck promoter we all used to work for, and I'm gonna do like a generic version of him, like his gimmick, a parody of it, if you will, and I'm gonna fall all over the place, and instead of like throwing out candy to the kids, I'm gonna give them like empty wrappers and shit. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. Wait, what did Time Prophet says you should ask? You should ask Walton. It ain't a wrestling match without a midget running around the ring.
He's not wrong.
Walton just be running around. Wow! Running around the ring. That'd be fucking hilarious. Wait.
Yep.
Silicon Dave says Gulf South wrestlers, all Northerners, excluding Shane Taylor. Are you talking? Wait. I can't remember where Silicon Dave is from. I can't remember. I'm trying to get the region where he's 54. I got no metabolism left. I'm only 43. I have to have energy. I have an 8-year-old. So, yeah. I have to. Or else I'm just going to get buried,
Well, he couldn't chop you the other day. Like, he looked sad when he was like, he couldn't chop you. Like,
I know.
And he's like, he looked so sad. Like, he was happy, but you could just see that little bit of him. Like, this is bullshit, man. Little 8-year-old mad because he can't chop his old man. Those are hard shots. Those are not itty bitty little. No, when he chops his ass, he's Ric Flairing Etep. I've been there. I've heard smack.
Yeah, he works stiff. Trey works stiff. Down here in New Orleans, the midget is head of security. Seriously. New Orleans, man. My sister lived down there for fucking 8-9 years. She got her master's from Tulane. Yeah, I was told never to do a New Orleans accent again, so I won't subject anybody to that. I cannot do that accent. That is one that I cannot do. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. Man, I've been ranting about wrestling. I had an actual like wrestling article too.
It's because we love wrestling. And what
I do.
You might not understand is like we all talk all the time in the chats and stuff on YouTube, but we also like do it on Facebook and Twitter and that. And all we talk about is wrestling. It is not a joke. Literally, one of the Facebook groups I made for myself, Pete and Draven, and of course Tony Tone Deaf, is a Wrestling Brothers chat, and that's all we do is we talk about wrestling. And
yep.
I mean, we talk about other things, but I think 90% of it is legitimately wrestling.
It is, and that's what I was talking to Tony about this morning. I was like, hey, he was like, oh, I'm sorry I couldn't make the show, and I was like, dude, you worked all day yesterday. You had stuff to do. It's fine. I understand. That's the thing. I never get mad.
Last night, by the way, I had after doing 5 hours with Draven, I had not much left to say, so I was just happy to be in the chat. But dude, that was a fun show last night, bro. That was a lot of fun.
And just going by the numbers said it was great. I personally, I didn't care before I even looked at the analytics after the stream. The show had a great flow to it. It was fun. The conversation was good. Okay, guys in the chat, especially Papa, I have to admit, I did not plan on committing to that Sylvester Stallone gimmick for the entire reading of that fucking. I was gonna switch it up, and by halfway in, I'm like, well, you've committed to it now. You have to, and that was the thing. I had to like make it sound different so you could actually understand at least some of what I was saying. Because I think me personally, I wanted to just be like the whole time, just do it like that. And that's why I kind of started doing the Malcolm McDowell to like point out where we were in the timeline of events. But yeah, and I loved Vinny adding in the Harrison Ford at the fighting for the controls. But yeah, that's why I switched to Cleveland in the end. I was like, I got to do something different. I can't. And then it was like 5 months.
Travolta, dude. Oh my god.
I know.
It was great. It was, dude. I mean, like, again, that's why, like, I was even telling you in the chat, man, at the end of it, I was like, great show. Because, I mean, I was laughing my ass off. I didn't have much of a voice left.
Hosing off rat poopy Duplo blocks in my driveway and drawing chalk at the same time.
Yeah, brutal. That sounds about right.
Yep. Wait, hang on. All right. Time Profit. Do they have real wrestling matches, or is it all fake now? Well, I was taught very young that we don't use that 4-letter word about the business because it's predetermined and choreographed, but there's no way to fake the impact of what your body goes through. And that's why I hate this video game style and all these guys trying to do this Japanese style, and it's ridiculous. Like, and I don't mean that. Guys want to pattern their styles after Japanese wrestlers that nobody here has seen or really gives a fuck about because it's not good. If you go back to storytelling, you'd be much better off. But the only real would be MMA at this. And even some of that I think is a work. I don't believe all the MMA shits. It's just like boxing. I used to love boxing. I grew up a boxing fan because of Mike Tyson and Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns and Ira the Blade Barkley and Roberto Duran. But just boxing has kind of fallen off. See, Silicon Dave knows it's because it's real and alive in 2023. Fake is a 4-letter word you don't say around here. Yep.
Well, that whole video game style of wrestling, I don't like it. I just like the Roman Reigns with the constant Superman punch. Like, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. When I played 2014, I love going in with the NWO and doing nothing but finishers. Sure, it's fun, but not when I'm watching it. Like, you need to have a little bit of belief and disbelief, but man, come on. It's, again, pockets, dude. I couldn't understand why Tony, because I hadn't seen any of it. Tony was kind of, and like Draven kept, oh, come on, guys, it's not that bad. And I get it. Like I said, from the kid's point of view, like, that's fine. The kid in me, sure, loves it. But the adult in me is like, come on, pockets. Like, you should be. Brian Cage is 270 pounds of pure muscle. Dude, I saw you when you were cutting wrestling. The pictures you shared and everything, and you were in the twos, So that guy had 30, 40 pounds on you, you know. So yeah, he is. He's a fucking genetic freak. Lex wishes he could have been that big, you know, Luger. So
yeah,
and Lex was a big dude. So, but again, man, like that's why though you put in the time and the effort to build your body. I mean, at 47, when I started getting back, and again, I've been not smoking for 2 years, you know, and it was that brotherhood. It was you and Vinny and Tommy and Tony and Mike and Draven and just, you know, everybody, man, like having that connection and having that support group while fighting that shit to not go back into smoking. And again, not that it's hard, but it was one of the harder times I'd had. But when I knew I was done, I was done. And I had, like, when we were together, you know, and you take a couple hits off a cigarette, and we went into I didn't ask, and you would have handed it to me if I did. I know damn well you did, but I didn't need it, you know, and it's been 2 years and nothing. I replaced that with weightlifting and asking you and getting the help. And I feel better. I'm in better shape at 47, almost 48 than I was in my 20s, you know, just because all I did was work. I was a worker. I was a laborer. So yeah, I mean, I worked, but I didn't have time to do what I do now. And now being retired, I'm lucky enough that I can, and having good, you know, people like you in my life that help, and Jeff, it all comes to me back to Jeff, because without Jeff, I wouldn't have met any of you guys. Yeah. You know, and that's the thing. It's so nice to sit back and see where everybody kind of has gone. And we've all stayed together, and solid, man. Solid stayed together. All of us. Draven with the backyard wrestling, you with the indie wrestling, us loving wrestling. I mean, it's just every morning I look forward to the conversations we're going to have, to that night when I go to bed, till, hey, I'm going to get up tomorrow and have good conversations again. And it is so nice to have that, you know, and to find those people that you can have those conversations with. And again, people, find your people. That's all I can tell you, because I found mine, and I am more happy now than I've been in a very long time. And it is because of these great folks that we all love watching and interacting with. And I say it now more than ever. Fuck what they say about not meeting your heroes. Because every time I've met somebody I've always wanted to meet, The Godfather was one of them. You know, that was epic. And there's an adventure that happened there that I never thought would. You know, to meeting Flash fucking Gordon, man. Sam, oh my goodness, all the people that we get the opportunity to bump, the Horror Hound, you and Draven got to go and meet some people, and you guys were having a blast while your wife and I are out walking around, and I ran into that little fellow with the Down syndrome, and he wore the belt and everything, like made his mom and sis, like, and your wife, to see the look on, because she doesn't know how I am, you know, you do, but she really did. We got to have that little bit of time, and I've heard your stories, but to hear her tell about you, and you know, how she's your best friend. You guys are each other. I mean, it was so nice. And then the look on her face of just utter surprise that, like, my attention went right to that kid, you know, because I was following her to make sure she was okay. She's little, man.
Yeah, so, she's tiny.
She's tiny. So, you know, not that anything's going to happen, but, you know, I got one eye and losing her. It's like the last thing I want to fucking do. So, but it did. My attention went to that. Everybody just ignoring that kid. And when you come around that corner with the big gold belt, I'm sorry, man. When you come around the corner with that and you see a child whose eyes are focused on that belt, you know, and that was it. I just went into normal me, and I was like, hey, Mom, you know, you want to get a picture with him with the belt? Is it okay? Can you hold the belt? You know, are you okay with that? And Mom was just like, wait a minute, what? You know, wait a minute. Somebody's actually giving a shit about my kid at a horror convention, mind you, you know? And I'm like, yeah. And like you said, man, if we bump into him again, we'll all get in there and get a picture with him. Fuck it. Why not? And I'm like, but you're what I needed to be able to do what I do. You know what I mean? Like, when we're all together in a big group, we're all doing our own things, but we're helping everybody. And but look at how many people came up to us with the New Bakulian Order shirts, man. I mean, I know we love NWO, but it was pretty fun to see how much attention we got just because of those shirts. You know? Like, people were just coming up.
Dude, it was funny when we were, not only at the con, but like at the bar and shit like that. Yeah. Everybody's like, and speaking of which, if you want one of these, we still got a few left here. This is a we got large. Let's see. You can get them on Teespring, which I got to link to Teespring to the fucking channel. But we got a large. We got, what is this one? This one's a large. We got a couple left. here in stock. We got 3 to be exact. We got 3 larges left right here in stock. So if you're a large, you want $10 right now. $10. We got 3 larges left here from the run that I had printed off. If you want one of those, they come with you get one for $10. It comes with the kazoo and the autographed trading card, folks.
And they're super soft shirts.
Yeah, these I was shocked. I picked these T-shirts out by hand. I went and hand bought these T-shirts. I didn't buy them like as a lot either. Like there's a couple of them that are different, but I made sure to get like nice soft material. And I had a friend of mine do the logo printing. So yeah, I can get these done. I can do different colors. So you can get them from Teespring or you can get them here. Like I said, if you want one, drop me a DM or an email. I know Tina got one. Adam's got one. Draven's got one. I got to get, Proper's got one. Goodstuff's got one. I got to get one out to Tony. I need I think he needs an XL. I need to submit a requisition form to purchasing for a new kazoo. Brutal, I will send you a new kazoo. Just DM me your I'll send you a couple of them, bro. Just send me your your Addy again. Yeah. And I will get you a new one. I can't play a kazoo, only guitar, keyboard, and ukulele, says the Time Prophet.
What, no banjo?
Right? Come on. All right, so it's funny. I just retweeted this. I quote tweeted it, but I love this. Why the far right is really into home fitness from MSNBC. Okay. Jesus. That's an article from 2022, from March of 2022, and they retweeted it this morning at 7:30 or yesterday at 7:30. Like the far right, like they're calling you fit people far right now. It's like, Jesus Christ. If you don't know, they want you miserable. They want you fat and miserable and just dependent on them for everything. Like that's no way to go through life. Like depending on the government.
Why is it if you lift weights, you have to be right or far right? Like I lift weights because I want to be healthier and in better shape, and I'm older than the rest of you, and I don't want to look like a fat, lardy, tubby piece of shit when we're at a con. And I mean, I do it for me though. Like I told you when I started this, and thank you for all the help that you did give me, with doing this again. It's for me. I mean, it's not for that. I'm doing it because I want to be in better shape.
Yep. My niece got a hold of it, and it seems to have exploded. We got you, Brutal. We'll send you a kazoo pack, man. We'll send you some kazoos, brother. We got you. So we were talking about wrestling. And I found this article, and this has been in my inbox for a couple of days. It's 5 great WCW wrestlers with bad finishers and 5 bad wrestlers with awesome finishers. I love how they pick Rick Fuller and Alex Wright for this. Now, Rick Fuller was a jobber in WCW. Alex Wright, they tried to push him. I always thought Alex Wright was like, his gimmick was fucking hilarious. Like when he started teaming with Disco Inferno, it was money. And his dancing was so goofy. And that little dance he did, oh my God, he was fucking hilarious.
I still think he's got one of the best European uppercuts though, man. I mentioned
he did.
I loved his European uppercuts. That dude I liked him. I did. I enjoyed Alex Wright.
Bad finisher, Dustin Rhodes Bulldog. Yeah, it was just a regular Bulldog. I never understood that as a finisher. But I do remember him, called the Natural in WCW in his early days. That's funny. But yeah, that Bulldog, that was just a shitty finisher. Great finisher, the Disciple and his stunner. If you don't know who the Disciple is, that is Ed Leslie, a.k.a. Brutus the Barber Beefcake, a.k.a. A man who basically was a parasite to Hulk Hogan his entire career. wherever. He was one of those guys like Brian Knobbs that Hogan would take everywhere with him.
Yep.
Hogan would get, Hogan got his boys jobs. And, I mean, I don't hate Brutus the Barber Beefcake. I thought that gimmick was cool. I thought him and Greg the Hammer Valentine as a tag team made no sense. But that made it make sense because he was this outlandish with the fucking the fish net up the side of the tights and the tassels and the fucking clippers, and then you had Greg Valentine who looks like an angry lesbian.
I love Greg the Hammer Valentine, man. Like back in the day, I see, like seeing the two of them together and seeing them together now, because you'll see those two together. Because Hogan fucked his wife, you know what I mean? Like Hogan done did Beefcake's wife, and I was a Beefcake fan. How could you not be? With the shears and Greg the Hammer Valentine, man, with the figure 4, and then he had the shin brace, and he turned it around, and him and Rugged Ronnie Garvin, and
they had a feud, the Garvin Stomp. The Garvin Stomp. I do that shit to Trey. I'm like, lay down. He goes, what? It's time for the Garvin Stomp.
Yep.
I thought it was funny when Randy Orton started using that. When he started doing that fucking Garvin Stomp, I was like, that's fucking funny.
But we were spoiled because we had good wrestling, Etep. And I mean, like the Disciple, I kind of was okay with that gimmick that he did. I didn't think it was bad.
I was all right with the gimmick, but I mean, it was just, him using the stunner was cool because it looked good. But it was just kind of funny that he was the Disciple, given who Ed Leslie is, to Hulk Hogan. Bad finisher, the Flatliner. I don't know why that was a bad finisher. The OSW review crew has dubbed the move the Self Rock Bottom. So, I don't see that
so
being.
What, the Rock's the only one that can use it? I mean,
the Flatliner worked. Great finisher, Reno. Roll the dice. See, I remember Reno. Dude, he was in the Natural Born Thrillers, and I liked him. I liked Reno. His fucking finisher was dope. He wasn't a great worker, but he had a good look. He was serviceable. I always thought he was a decent mid-card guy. But the Natural Born Thrillers as a stable had some of the best fucking young talent in WCW, and they just got turned into nothing in the Fed. You know? But hang on.
Purpose, though.
Let me see. I want to show you guys this finisher. Hang on. WCW.
I do though. I think the Fed, the reason that, and again, I honestly think that was the plan. I mean, we were talking about Rollins and that stupid ass buckle bomb taking out Sting, and it felt. I know Sting said it didn't feel that way, like that they weren't throwing him under the bus. I disagree. I think every time, especially with that first invasion angle, like they fucked it up. I mean, when Benoit and Guerrero and those guys all came over, that was great. But when Vince bought WCW and a little bit of ECW rebranding, rebirth we got, that was fun too. But I'm trying to keep going until you're ready.
I can't.
I'm just letting you know when you find it. Let me know. But yeah, man, it literally
no. It's not going to happen.
It was a shitty fucking version. And by the time Hogan and all the guys came in, we got that moment with Hogan, Hall, and Nash. And that was great. And then we had them against DX at whatever WrestleMania that was.
Mm-hmm. Bad. Oh, dude. Okay, so the match at WrestleMania with DX versus the NWO was a shit idea. Why was Sting with the NWO? I mean, outside of him wearing black and white, there was really no fucking reason for him to be in the NWO. And speaking of bad finishers, Brad Armstrong's side Russian leg sweep. Brad Armstrong was a great worker who could never find a gimmick.
No.
Just never had a gimmick.
His brother did as the Road Dogg.
Yeah.
But, he was a great wrestler. It just, he needed the gimmick. Because again, a Russian leg sweep for a finish or a side rush. Again, though, look at back in the day when a body slam was a finish. And again, you and I, that's the kind of fans we are, though. Yep.
Dude, a regular
was a finisher.
A regular pile driver used to be. If Paul Orndorff's finisher was a pile driver. Mr. Wonderful. Roddy Piper used a sleeper hold.
Jerry Lawler. same thing, pile driver.
Yep. Yep. That's I said. If you are a great storyteller in the wrestling ring, and this is something I can do because I admit I'm not the best worker on earth, but I can tell a fucking story. And there's one thing that I can do better than probably 90% of people in the business. I know how to hit the crowd, and I know how to make them pop. I know how to make them boomy, and it's something I can do because I have that ability to fucking play to a crowd. And that is one thing that I always fucking, no matter how good of a bad of a match I had, that fucking crowd hated me. Not because I wasn't doing shit right in the ring, but because I made them fucking hate me.
And they bought your merch.
Still pay $25 for a t-shirt after calling me a motherfucker.
Yep.
That's fine. Absolutely. Like that rapper said, I'm that you love to hate. But Mr. Hughes, the Spike. Mr. Hughes was not a great worker. Very forgettable.
Yeah.
But the Spike was a good move for a big man to use.
Maga did it. He did pretty well with it.
Oh yeah. Bad finisher, Alex. Why is this page fucking freezing? There we go. The neck breaker. Yeah, God damn it. For Alex Wright. Yeah, why is Deborah with him? That makes no sense. I don't remember. It's because of his huge bratwurst. If you don't watch Wrestling Bios, you won't get that joke if you're in the chat. Wrestling Bios has a whole fucking segment. Like when he comes out, they have the whole bratwurst joke, and his fucking music. I love Wrestling Bios reviews of the Monday Night War. That guy is fucking amazing. He really is. Tony kind of introduced me to that channel.
When I met Draven, it was so funny because we had a lot of the same wrestling YouTube shows that we watched when we first met up, and I was like, that's hilarious. I was like, okay, cool.
See, I have trouble listening to a lot of wrestling YouTubers because a lot of them may never been in a ring. And that's one thing I liked about Brian Zane is Brian Zane is actually in the wrestling business. So I respect some of his opinions. Some of his shit he's a little like progressive on, like with the whole like, oh well, we should be ashamed of the bra and panties stuff, and we'd be ashamed of its cringe and blah 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 blah. No, it's a product of the time, and that's the way the society was at the time, and we weren't fucking embarrassed by seeing beautiful women. Women. We weren't embarrassed by that, Yeah, was the match concept little shit? Yeah. Was women's wrestling not taken as seriously as it is now? Yeah, but the problem is now they want to take it too seriously. They want the women to be the fucking men. And that's not going to happen. But no, not to get on that tangent again. But no, I used to watch What Culture, but I like Simon. Simon was a dude who was getting into the wrestling business. Yeah. Other than that, I used to watch King Ross because he was fucking funny. Until he went off on the politics shit. And then it's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Shut the fuck up. Stop worrying about Trump. You live in Great Britain. Worry about becoming a minority in your own country, bro.
Yeah.
Don't worry about Trump. But wait, what Brutal say? Like the other day watching wrestling on Draven's channel, the only guys I recognized was the old heads. See? It's all right. It's all right. But no, so Alex Wright's neck breaker was that's a bad finisher for a good wrestler. And speaking of shit workers, holy fuck. Van Hammer was one of the longest tenured wrestlers with WCW. He was with them from 1990 until they closed. How this piece of shit, who was unsafe as fuck in the ring, managed to stay there for 11 years is beyond. Guy looked like $1 million at one point. Great physique. Dude was jacked. The blonde hair. He had the grunge gimmick. He switched gimmicks a lot, but his work was so bad. So unsafe. Yeah, his Cobra clutch slam was a great finisher, though. That's the one thing he could do right, was that finisher, and it always looked good. Him working Mikey Whipwreck here at the Great American Bash 99. I remember that match. Bad finisher, Steve Austin. That's a wrap. Oh, the stun gun. Stunning Steve Austin, folks. Stunning Steve Austin. A standing figure 4 called That's a Wrap. Yeah, when he started using the Stunisher, what was the Fuller effect? Oh, the Rikishi driver. Okay. Yeah, Rick Fuller, the Fuller effect. 6'5", he was a big man. WCW saw him as enhancement talent. The few matches Fuller won, he won with his finish, the Fuller effect. It's the same move as the Rikishi driver. All right. Yeah, I bet you y'all don't remember Rick Fuller.
No, I'm going to be honest, dude. I'm drawing a blank because I'm sitting there thinking, like, when he said Rikishi driver, all I could think of was ass into the fucking face. You know?
No, Rikishi driver.
But, yeah, I know.
It's so you basically have the guy over your shoulder and pull him down, and basically it's almost like a pile driver, except they're not coming anywhere near the fucking ring. But, yeah, it's a really good-looking finisher if you do it right and you execute it well.
Always made me think it just drove the air out of you. You know, that's you knock the air out of you, so you get the 1, 2, 3, and you're done. Logically, anyway, for the move. Yeah. Especially with a big man like that. Like Nelson could pull that off. He's a big dude. So Nelson would look good doing that.
Yep.
For a finisher.
Let's see. I'm looking here. I'm trying to find a match where Rick Fuller actually gets to use his finisher. Let's see. Hang on. Wait, did he get? Oh shit! Yeah, I got it. He goes over on Lash LaRue. All right, here. Hang on. I gotta get the clip like locked in just right, because if I don't, I'll get copywritten, because WWE's a bunch of fucking assholes when it comes to this shit. They are.
Yeah.
Here we go. Hang on. All right.
You would think with as bad as they were, maybe with the UFC being tied in, it won't be as bad now.
All right, here we go. So this is Rick Fuller versus Lash LaRue. This is WCW Worldwide. So here it is right here. Up over the shoulder. Bam! Right there. That's a good-looking finisher. That really is.
It's perfectly safe, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
No Owen Hart's going on.
No. But that for, like I said, a job guy, basically, enhancement talent. That's a decent finisher. It's funny, man. Like Van Hammer with the Cobra clutch. You get that fucking them guys. You don't get to see them do their finishers that often, because they're basically pin me pay me guys looking at the lights.
Yep.
Time Profit, I believe somebody's done a match where they put Lego bricks in the ring before. I think somebody did that on the indies. They've done, instead of thumbtacks, they use Legos. Yeah, it looks good in full speed. Like it does. It's a good looking move.
Oh yeah.
Let me find hang on. Let me find no, we won't do any more wrestling.
Oh, Rick Rude had a good neck breaker for a finisher. I always thought the Ravishing one had it good.
I use that. The Rude Awakening?
Yeah, Rude Awakening, babe. Yeah.
That's the one where I smoked my head on the chair because we weren't positioned right with the ropes. So instead of like hurting the other guy, I took the shot. And I kind of pushed off a little more so I'd hit myself and he wouldn't break his fucking spine. So, yeah, I took a concussion for this dude. That's
both walk away.
But that's taking care of the guy you're working with, man. And it was funny too, because that's the match that so it ended. It was an NWO finish. That's what we said. We had a fuck finish. Because after that, our other guys like jumped in the ring. The Steels, Alex and Andrew jumped in the ring, and I'm supposed to go into the ring and get my baseball bat and a brick. And I'm sitting down there on my knee, and they're like, "Hey, come on, Pete Daddy Dollar, come on, get there." I'm like, "Hey, fuck you." I'm like, "Give me a minute, motherfucker." I'm like, "I can't see straight." Like, I'm down there, like, shield my head, and they're like, "Okay, hey," and they kind of start putting the boots to him, but I was like, "God damn." I'm like, "Give me a minute, man. Fuck, I ain't got my bearings." As soon as I did it, I went down. I was like, "Fucking," I powdered, and I went and made it look like I was looking for the bat, and I'm like, "Fucking, dang," I got pissed. I'm like, "Hang on, motherfucker." Like, I'm a little woozy here, man. You're muted, Adam.
Dogs are. You just bounced your
right.
melon. I was yelling. You just bounced your melon off of the fucking chair, man. I mean,
Yeah.
give the guy a second.
Yeah, I'm like, just we'll get to the spot. Fuck the guys after us. They can wait. They can wait for us.
He's on the ground. Go
No.
kick the shit out of him for a couple minutes.
No, the rest of the card can adjust to us for this. I was like, "Your promo times." I'm like, "Fuck you. We're the main draw." You put us on. You fucked up and put us on in the mid card spot, knowing that we're gonna go over time, but the crowd's gonna eat it up. So.
Oh, yeah.
Don't give us 7 to 10 when we need 15 to 20 to get our shit to get it over. Not to get it over, but to maximize what the crowd is going to spend at intermission. So yeah.
Spending our hard dollars on, come on.
Yeah, we do a spot like that, then we'd either be in the main event of the first taping or the second taping. Still have to do 2-3 more spots where it was like, there was nights where when I first started managing, I was out there 4 times. I was like, crowd's gonna be they're gonna fucking hate me, and this is great, But let's we got to do a quick break, and then we'll go into our final topic for the day. Let's see here. Let's hear from, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go jump over on the Bobolo boat.
Giuseppe, what is that place? That's the famous Bobolo Island, Mario. Look, these are the new Fort of Fun. That's just for the little ones.
Let me look.
Holy moly, the new Falling Star ride.
Come on, give it to me.
And look, all brand spanky new. Here, Mario. Mario?
Come to Boblo and share the fun.
Mario, wait for me!
Boblo tickets available at all AAA offices in Michigan.
What are you doing? I love that. I love that commercial.
All I can think of is Vinny and Frankie.
I know. I'm gonna put their heads on those, and I'll do voiceover. It's gonna be like, instead of Mario, it's gonna be like Frankie.
It's a me. It's a Mario. When he's doing it to
Vinny, look at me. You see Frankie's on the roller coaster, but this is a Marvel story, so that's why there's no article. We got to do the intro. Kazoo's at the ready. Here we go. Captain Marvel is still the most hated MCU movie according to new data study. Okay. Now, this is, and not to pick on Brie, like, really, not enough Kazoo. I know, right? Wow, Vinnieart isn't an advert. It was Vinny and Frankie. But I don't. That's my thoughts. Time Prophet. Who paid for this study? Like, was this government funded? Like, well, to stay on the topic of Marvel, they actually paid for a study at a university to see if you could actually snap with a Thanos gauntlet. And the results were, predictably, you cannot. So that's your tax dollars hard at work, folks. This is why I say taxation is theft and the Fed.
Yeah. But still, to say that this, out of all the shit that they have recently made, they claim that, like, I forgot about this movie, to be honest with you. That's how forgetful it was.
Right? Like, okay, so
Thor was worse. I'm sorry, it was.
Which Love and Thunder?
Yeah, that was
I haven't seen
way
it.
worse than Captain Marvel. Look,
Marvel
isn't a great movie, okay? But first and foremost, if you just put it on and you can't find your remote, you're not going to punch yourself in the face.
Back to school savings are red hot this year.
Fat Thor was
Yeah.
bad.
All right. Here's the map right here. Look at this is my region. We all hate Captain Marvel. Multiverse of Madness, or Incredible Hulk, Quantumania. See, I wouldn't have thought people over here hated Commie Mania.
No.
This is Thor: The Dark World down here. What is this? Is that? You got Thor: The Dark, Captain Marvel down here, Black Widow, Love and Thunder, Commie Mania, Multiverse of Madness, Black Widow, Hulk. How does California hate Captain Marvel? And up here in the Pacific Northwest, the Eternals, the diverse Eternals, they hate that?
I don't understand the hate for the Hulk. Like, that movie was so long ago. Like, really? That you're going that far back? That's what you hate. You're okay with all of the other shit, but you hate the Hulk. And it wasn't a good movie, but still, I'd rather watch the Hulk than half this shit.
I would take the Hulk over many of anything after Endgame. I'd rather watch the Edward Norton Hulk.
Yeah.
Hell, I'd rather watch the Eric Bana Hulk than anything that's come out after Endgame. Endgame included. Endgame, I'll include Endgame in that at this point. Because that's where all the wheels fell off the bus was Endgame. You know, it really. I only watched
time travel and.
Yes.
I mean, I wasn't an Infinity War fan only because I felt that they had too much. Like, they could have pulled some of that out and told more story and then went into the next movie with some more. But that's just me. You know, I think the last great Marvel movie, like, for me, was Winter Soldier. Like, I really liked the movie. Civil War, because I read the comics, man. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
But saying that, we got the best Black Panther out of that movie. That's the one thing I liked about Civil War, because I'm sorry, Black Panther movie was shit. Black Panther was better in, you know, his own movie sucked compared to Civil War, in my opinion. I like the Black Panther in Civil War.
Well, he was better in Civil War than he was in his own movie. And then I said after, like, legit, my review of Wakanda Forever, that one is just as bad as Captain Marvel. I mean, it was. I used to really like Black Panther, and then the further I got away from it, obviously I knew it was a bad movie. Just like my opinion of it has just dropped. And like I said, they should have recast Aldous Hodge that played Hawkman as T'Challa. The dude would have been perfect for it. He is perfect. He was great as Hawkman and Black Adam. Black Adam is better than... Black Adam and, honestly, Shazam! Fury of the Gods are better than anything. Fuck, man. Morbius is better than half of this shit. And Morbius is not a good movie. I'm not saying that Morbius is a good movie. I thought it was okay. I'm not going to see Kraven the Hunter. I don't give a shit. That's like Marvel Aquaman, it looks like. It's like, hey, wine moms, come watch this guy. And then Aaron Taylor Johnson has an American accent instead of a Russian accent when Kraven was Russian. Russell Crowe's going to be the best thing about that movie.
Well, Pierce Brosnan was badass as fake, dude. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
And again, my problem with Hawkman was the actor was great, but when you're going up next to The Rock, he looked like, you know, a mini Hawkman. Not that Hawkman was ever black, not that it matters, but again.
See, I wasn't even mad at the race swap for that one.
No, I was okay with it. It just, he was too small. You know, he kind of reminded me of Chris Tucker. You know, next to The Rock, mind you, next to The Rock.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, dude,
exactly.
Hodge was in good shape, but The Rock is a fucking he's a god amongst men as far as like physiques go.
I mean, but it didn't take me out of the movie. It just made me wish they could have got somebody a little bit bigger to play. But again, I was more pissed that they got rid of Superman and Wonder Woman because I was looking forward to where that went. I was like, okay, this is gonna be good. Yeah, and I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. Like when you got the plane and they were making fun of it, I'm like, but I'm okay with it. Like I would support what they did. It was his mouth that fucked it up, you know. And you know, it wasn't a bad movie though. I enjoyed it, and I haven't seen the Shazam, the second one yet. I started watching it and just, you know, because again, I'm just kind of like, I don't care. You know, they've killed it for me.
It wasn't great. It was kind of fun, but it wasn't a good movie. It really wasn't.
I liked the first one. I thought the first one was pretty fun for what it was.
Yeah. We went to the theater. We went to the theater and watched the second one. You know, I took the family to see it. The kid, he liked it, you know. I still got to we got to open that plane, the Hawkman plane from Sean. Me and Trey got to film that video, but yeah, this is how the U.S. And I don't did they include Alaska in that?
Apparently, they didn't watch any of them.
No, they're just like whatever. The hell with the Inuits. They don't care.
I mean, I know Captain Marvel wasn't a good movie, but you could still watch it. And I mean, especially now they got that invasion shit, so maybe it would make more of the secret invasion. But it's just too far gone, man. Like it really is for me. When it comes to movies, like I know I'm more excited for Deadpool 3. I've seen the first two, you know, in theaters, so I'm gonna go see this one possibly in theaters. But if they mess it up, you know, and they go completely trash with it, which I pray they don't, I won't. I'll just wait for it to come on, you know, one of the platforms and watch it. You know, to be honest with you, that seems to be the easiest way with our kind of schedules and stuff. You know, I mean, I still want to go see The Sound of Freedom, but they've only got like 2 showings. You know, 2 to 3 showings, and it's right when I can't go. But I will make it eventually.
Dude, I haven't seen any of the Extraction movies. Those are on Netflix, aren't they? I think they're Netflix movies. I gotta check those. Sure? I'll check those out.
I've heard they were pretty good. I saw him. What was it? He was in Red Dawn? Wasn't he in the reboot of Red Dawn? Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah.
I remember that was like one of the last movies I saw him in. I remember when these ones came up, and I was just like, I don't need to see action hero Thor right now. So I just kind of took. It's on the watch list though, because I heard they were good.
Yep. All right. I'll check those out. That'll be something because I know obviously the wife's a Chris Hemsworth fan, but she's a female, so
it'll get you back in her good grace. And she did she? Because like you didn't go to the movie, you know, because we told you know if you could fine. So has she not as mad at you now?
No.
When she was intoxicated, does she remember being mad at you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she did. I heard about it for like 0.2 seconds, and then it was dropped, and everything's back to normal.
Back to okay.
Yeah.
The German is not so angry when she's not so drunk.
No, it's okay.
All right.
It was all right. Yeah, you know, I took him on the boat yesterday. You know, I cooked him bomb ass meal. It was good. It's good.
Trey's really loving the boat, isn't he?
Oh my God, yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he didn't want to go out yesterday at first because he wanted to go play with his friends, and then they weren't home, so he's like, all right, you know, and it was like 88 degrees, so we got out there. I had I brought a football and a frisbee and stuff like that, and we went and anchored over in the sandbar, and I actually went out swimming yesterday. I don't think I got swimmer's itch again. I got a couple hours until my 24 hours is up. I swear to God, I've had it like twice. Adam, I still am like, they're still going away. Like and they weren't bad, but there was just like fuck, man. Like I said, I'm glad it was all like from like the knee down.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Yeah.
Just saying. Yeah.
But yeah, so he had a great time though. He's gotten a lot better catching the football too. So kid can and I got him throwing just a regulations high school size ball because I have a game ball from every game I was in my senior year, so I have 9 of them that I took. I stole every one. Fucking every week I'd sneak a game ball out of my equipment bag. So yeah, I got a box of them. So yeah, we left one on the boat. So yeah, we did. We had a good time yesterday. It was fun though, man. We took some fried chicken out there, had a few beers, and yeah, it was too rough to tube yesterday. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, like I got a little bit nervous because we went over to the north shore of the lake. I wanted to take them all around, so we went because we're like over on like the far west end, and we went all the way to like the East Bay and circled around. And we're gonna go around the north shore, and there was like 3-foot waves. Like it was lifting the front end of my boat out of the water. And mind you, it's not that heavy, which is good for most circumstances. This, not so much, and it's only a 20-footer. Now, on most lakes, you wouldn't be that nervous or dealing with waves that big. On this lake, we get some big fucking waves. I mean, you're not talking 10-foot rollers, but I mean, 3-footers coming consistently bashing into your boat, is pretty. So I'm experiencing this. So I went with the way, I flipped around, went with the waves, went all the way back around the bay, and it's funny too because we got to the south side of the East Bay over there. It's fucking, the waves are just starting over there, so it's nice and calm. So we shorelined it back to the sandbar and then anchored over there and hung out for the afternoon. But yeah, because we were just gonna go out and go around the lake, and I'm like, man, I was like, I should have. It's been a while since I've been all the way over there. I should have remembered how bad the waves were over here. What up, Darius? Hail, Darius. See, Darius is from Michigan, so he's probably vacationed at one point or another and partied out on our lake because there's a very big. The beginning of August, there's a very big party that draws people in from all over the place. That I avoid like the plague, being as I live here and I'm in my 40s and have a kid. I just have no desire. Yeah. So, but hail, Darius, good to see you, bro. Maybe a Lizzo baby jumped in and caused a 3-foot. It could have been. That's a definite possibility. But damn, are you forced to use pronouns in your town now? Yeah, that shit ain't. That it's not. It's shit that they're doing it, but it's not as bad, I guess, as people made it seem. I mean, the fact that it's even anything is fucking ridiculous. So
it was like a gun grab to me. We're gonna give you a felony so we can take your guns because you misworded something. But like, wait, what?
Yeah, I don't want to move the Overton window at all here. It's fucking ridiculous. It is.
It's not needed. Like we've said, man, we lived through the 90s when all this shit was already taken care of and we didn't care. We were too busy working and making money and having a life, and we didn't care. And now it's like, oh, you must, again, we've been beaten into you must confirm, you must agree. No. Nah, man, it's not gonna happen. And all I know is from the Sound of Music, what I see from that is we still outnumber them a lot. They can lie all they want with numbers. Numbers can be made up. We know this. But it seems that the reason we're still as sane as we are is there's still more sane people in the world than insane. At least that's my take. The inmates aren't quite running the asylum completely. They still have a couple nurses medicating them.
Right.
That's kind of where we are in 2023. But what do I know? I'm just a poor white guy trying to get by and have fun with his friends and talk wrestling and make all of you hopefully feel what we feel. Finding you was great. Thank you, Nick Utam. Again, world-class BSers, bringing mofos together and bringing real friendships and real people that are about humanity, not money. So that's how I feel about it. Sorry, I mean every word I say. You've met me in real life. It's like, Draven was a little asshole yesterday. I was talking about, I said, you've been with me in public. I didn't make you nervous, did you? And he said, no comment. I'm like, it's not like I'm pulling my fucking gun out in public. You go, woo-hoo-hoo. I was like, you don't even know I'm carrying one. But yeah, I was like, you little shit. So, but yeah, man, I mean, for the most part, we're just normal people walking in a crowd. You're not, I mean, other than the fact that, yeah, we do stick out because we, we're rolling thick with shirts and whatnot. But again, y'all couldn't believe I just walked in and I'm like, who's going to stop me? Look at me. Who's going to stop me? Nobody. If you know what you're doing. And again, I was just going to, because they switched it up the year before. Like the entrance wasn't like that. Etep. It was totally different. So like I was a year lost because I'm like, where is this shit at? This wasn't here like 2 years ago. And so I was a little lost, but like I said, I just kind of waddled in and did my thing and found y'all and we had a good time. And, again, there was no harm, no foul. I got to see Justin again, which was really good. It made me feel good to see our little buddy again because it's been a minute since I got to hang out with him. And, getting to meet Goodstuff was awesome.
Dude.
We got to meet. Whose names we don't even know, the ones that were just wrestling fans.
Yep.
With the NWO shirts. That was awesome. Like, I mean, it was intoxicating. It was like, for fuck's sake, we're not alone, man. We're not the only wrestlers that, wrestling fans and stuff. It was really nice to see old school people come up and talk to us and not stay away because of the germs and stuff. It was really nice. And this is the first time since COVID that is coming back to Indy. So this means a lot that we're all going to be together, and to me, it really means a lot because that's where it started for me in 2018 was meeting Jeff at Horror Hound in Indy, where we are now, just a short 5-6 years later, man, it's great.
Have a great day, Silicon Dave. Thank you for joining us, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the chat's fucking glitchy here too, Darius. It wouldn't post one of my fucking comments. It literally rejected my comment.
I've noticed YouTube's been doing some funky funk stuff lately, man.
This was on the StreamYard side. I posted it, and it wouldn't post. It said failed to post comment. I'm like, this is my fucking.
Ever since they added that, that's what I meant. It's kind of funky with like the new, because now that you can, we ourselves, okay, guys, before. When I'm on here with Etep, I couldn't post from StreamYards. I had to do it like from my phone, like I'm doing now. But now you can do it from StreamYards. So since they've updated, now YouTube and StreamYards are kind of battling it out sometimes, I've noticed. But
Nick sent me this. Speaking of Nick Utam, he just sent me this.
My Samoan, not Samoan brother. Big Rig, Nick Utam.
If a woman is uncomfortable watching you masturbate, she A, has intimacy issues, B, is frigid, C, needs to sit somewhere else on the bus. Yes.
Or D, all of the above.
It rejected my comment 5 times in a row. Then when I refreshed the chat, everything reset, no comments. Jesus. Yeah. The tube of you is being mendacious towards us today, aren't they?
You gotta love they?
I'm just that stupid little short I did out in the boat yesterday got almost 2,000 views. I'm happy with that. Just doing the video, like I said. I'll have a couple more videos coming out because we're about to wrap up here. I gotta go get on with the day because I gotta go do some shopping and other things. Get ready for the stream tonight. Like I said, we're on the fences whether we're gonna do a member stream. If it's not a member stream, members, you're gonna get a stream by Thursday. I will do that for you. It'll probably be a daytime stream, afternoon. But we'll do a member stream for you guys on Thursday. Holy Shit News is back tomorrow night. We have hopefully Soldier Spirit will be back. CJP, myself, a new regular, of course. Devil Made Me Do It will be here from the Legion of Memers. He'll be joining us regularly. Our guest will be Leon from Words of Paradise. So yeah. And Join us. I'm not sure if we're doing a morning show tomorrow. I'm going to probably work on the videos tomorrow and Thursday morning, do the afternoon stream, and we'll do a morning show on Friday. I think I should be able to do a morning show Friday. Saturday night, we do Saturday night's main event, regular time, 9:15 Eastern. Go right into Mario Kart at 11:15 after that. Yeah. So I know, Time Prophet, man, I'm glad to see you here in the morning. I appreciate it. And Gap, thank you for being here. Brutal, Darius Munchausen, thank you. Silicon Dave, thank you, sir. Let's see. I had a good chat this morning. Hicks Villain, thank you, brother, for being here. Channel member, we'll say thank you to all the channel members in a moment here as I'm scrolling through. I don't want to miss my Keymon Bell, of course, was here. Tim's Talk was here. Horny Alf, thank you. Papa Cotton was here. Tina Bad Take Bojan was here. Brightest Day, thank you. 24 Eyes was here. And yeah, thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody hanging out. So join us tonight. Regardless, whatever we do, it'll be about 8:35 Eastern. If you're a channel member, you might get a member stream. But I think we're gonna make this one public. Kind of incentivize, you guys, join. You can join as channel members if you want. Like I said, if not, we're gonna do it up and give you guys a watch party for some old school wrestling tonight, because we've wanted to do one for a while. So it'll be from around 2001, possibly No Way Out. We're gonna kind of chat about it and discuss and figure out which one we're gonna do. Adam, thank you for joining, bro.
Hey, man, anytime. You know me, man. I mean, I have access, but I won't just jump in. When you need me, brother, like I've told you, anytime. I let you do your thing. I'm honored to be here. I started off as a fan. And I'm always happy to be here with such wonderful people. I'm glad we're friends, in the real life side outside of the YouTube. I'm so glad that we're friends. And,
Absolutely.
Again, I thank you for all, because I know what you do. And I told you that from when we met. I know what you do. I've seen what you've done with the channel. I love it so much. It reminded me of Good Morning Pop Culture, even before you did the morning shows. I'm so glad to be here and be a part, whether it's in the chat or on the panel, man. But yeah, man, I'm always here whenever you need me, man. You know that. And everybody in the chat, thank you. Go out and have a good day. Go see The Sound of Freedom if you haven't. You want to help fight the culture war, a real culture war? Go see The Sound of Freedom. That's your first step.
Right. Go check that out. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. What do we got here? Hang on. Channel members, I want to thank you guys. 17 channel members strong. We'll build the numbers back up. We'll rebuild the ranks. Hicks Villain, JB, Bad Take Bojan, Nelson the Psychopath, Jason Holt, Kelly Was, Godzillionaire, Chris Wicks, Glinzer, monoTony, Mr. Grant, Gregory, Judas, Goat Barbecue, AngelousDraven, Normie, Frog G, Tommy the Guinea Pig Collective, Manliness, and Motivation. Thank you all. Thank you all. And like I said, outside of a couple of the new channel members, everybody is above the 4-month mark as channel members, up to 15 months. We've got a core group here of fans and followers and friends. I don't call it a fellowship. It's not. We're just a fucking group of people who have bonded over whatever this is that we've created in our little corner of YouTube. And I love you guys. Thank you so much, Darius and everybody, for being here and supporting us. Man, it has been a great day. You guys, we will be back later on tonight, 8:35 Eastern, right here with myself, Tony Tone Deaf, and the rest of the crew. Adam will probably be here. Gashton's got to work. But maybe Vinny and Chris, we'll get a panel together. We'll watch some wrestling. We'll have a good fucking time. So thank you, everybody. I am Etep Wakuian from the Place to Be Reviews. We've been here with all yous. If we don't see you, have a great day, pleasant tomorrow. We'll catch you on the next one. We all know that's tonight at 8:35 Eastern. Peace.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, You could miss it.
It's better to burn out than to fade away.
I could do this all
Cruise, thank you very much.
What's up, bro?
You're pushing your luck, little man.
No tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.